It's because inside of every human being, inside of each and every one of us, is the firm understanding of freedom. Even the most liberal of liberals has one portion of their life they think is theirs and theirs alone. And even a communist will tell you there are some things he or she should just be able to decide for themselves. And we get it, guys. We understand freedom. I don't have to tell you what this means, and it means something different to everyone. But to me, as an anarchist, it means complete freedom. I don't need a piece of paper with words on it to tell me when I should or shouldn't speak. I don't need any amendment to tell me it's okay to protect myself from aggression. I don't need a speed limit to know how fast I should drive my car. I know that I as an individual do not need, nor do I want, anyone to have the authority to tell me, a free person, what I can or cannot do at any point in time. It's just not okay. So those of us who have gone through our evolution, those of us who have gone through the stages of awakening, I don't know, maybe 1, disbelief, 2, anger, 3, action, 4, understanding, and then a few more steps that are different for everybody, are effing hell-bent on stopping this machine from doing this to our kids and our next generation and us. So here we stand together today in unity against the machine. Whether anarchist or libertarian or Republican, you realize it's too much and it needs to change. So we communicate to everyone who will listen, and we march and we yell and hold signs and make videos and we share them. And now we've even decided it's time to stand up to the feds with guns out in the desert in Nevada, and we're doing that too. It's because enough is enough. Maybe it's been technology, maybe they just pushed too far. Maybe it's because people are realizing that they can't do what they want in life. That they're born, they get a job, and then they work till they're 75 and then they die. All while the suits in Washington do nothing, and we pay them to sit there and do nothing. But they do one thing: they control us and they make decisions for us that we do not need them to make. And people are starting to realize now that we are actually paying them to make us slaves. They cannot control one thing, however. There's one thing they haven't gotten a grasp on quite yet: our hearts and our minds. They've not yet figured out a way to control those 100%. They sure as hell are trying, but not quite yet have they mastered that one portion of control. Freedom seekers want peace. Freedom seekers want to be able to live as they wish. We want to love others around us, and we want to spread this love to everyone. We want to educate everyone who will listen and may not know what's going on, and we do. I'm surrounded by some amazing women today, but it isn't your sex, your color, your religion, or any other collective way of looking at freedom seekers that makes them amazing. It's the fact that we're changing the world one mind at a time, and they can't get one over on us anymore. It's the fact that the tide is changing now and they're losing. It's the fact that this event is going on right now and Ian was finally smart enough to let me speak. All kidding aside, as daunting... Really, Ian? All kidding aside, as daunting and sad and upsetting as all of what I said has been, we're aware of it now. We know it's happening and we're stopping it. We're stopping it with our kids. We're teaching them the right history. We're teaching them the non-aggression principle. We're growing our own food free of pesticides and GMOs and junk. And we're not vaccinating our kids. We're getting chickens, even when we live in the city. That's my spot. Chickens, even when we live in the city. And we're showing our children that they're free in their hearts and their souls. We're showing them how to live without fear, which is what they've used to control us for decades. Whether through false flag terror attacks, the threat of disease, or trying to teach us to fear our guns, whatever it may be, fear has been their tactic. And we're showing our kids that in the absence of fear, there's love. We're showing them what their soul contains and how to grab the world by the balls and take names later. And when you have a generation of young people walking around without fluoride, without vaccines, without their brain plugged into a machine all the time, eating organic, healthy foods and spreading love, there isn't much the powers that be are going to be able to do to stop them. Look at how we turned out under the influence of all those things I mentioned. We're winning because we get it. We know what it means and we feel it. Even though we're still slaves in so many ways, we showed our ID to come in here today. We feel it in our hearts. We know freedom and we're strong and we have an impact on everyone around us. So whether you're here today as an anarchist, as a Republican, as a woman or a man here to see a sexy woman, or a candidate for office, or a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a black, a white, an Asian, or a human being, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for helping to make the world free for my two little babies and for all of us. Because this is a global revolution, people. It isn't going to stop with imaginary lines drawn on a map here that call us the USA. It's a global revolution, and we need to keep fighting it. I love you guys.